anything about editing until I was like 30 years old. I didn't even know what editing was. But I was finishing my degree, did an internship. It was a requirement, and I did it at Ripken Baseball, which was like a baseball organization. And so how I got into it, I seen one of the interns editing a video that I had pitched. I had pitched a video for a theme night, for Star Wars theme night. And so the intern was editing that video, and the feeling that I got from just seeing what that intern was doing was enough for me to investigate.
The footage never goes away. Like if someone says they deleted the footage, like I would not believe them because it goes to the post house first, and the post house ingests it and puts it on a server and then sends it out. Or like, you know, there's color correcting, there's VFX, there's a numerous amount that goes into post-production. That's not just the editor. The editor lays it out, but then people build and build and build on top of it.
I took the camera guy path, so I started doing shooting sports at like 16. Like I'm from Chicago, like the Chicago Bulls games, baseball games, whatever. So fast forward, I always knew how to edit. I just put it to the side because I'm like, I'm gonna be this great camera guy, going to work on Oprah show, and do Grammys, Super Bowls, and yada yada. And I was able to accomplish that. I worked on Oprah show. I've done some Super Bowl stuff, sports, big championships, all that. And I realized I was like, this is great, but it's so competitive. It was like, yo, and the camera guys, they don't retire. They die with the camera in their hand. Like,
listen, I agreed.
They don't retire. Like I went to a Bulls game during the holiday, and like a camera guy that was running camera when I was 19 was still down there. I'm like,
no way.
He's 75 years old. But he was still doing the game. And so I was like, you know what? This is so competitive. And in Chicago, you know, once Oprah left and all the Judge shows, and Jerry Springer left, the TV industry became so competitive. So I'm like, yo, I got to figure out how to, you know, get into it. So one day, ABC called me, the show that replaced Oprah in Chicago. They called me like, yo, we're looking for somebody that know how to edit and produce. I totally lied and said I knew how to produce, but I did know how to edit. And I went as a lifestyle producer editor.
Yeah, so I wanted to give some perspective on doing this in the advertising industry where we do sometimes TV commercials, social media stuff. Basically, we don't have time to edit. Like, we have to have done that edit like yesterday. So planning is just key. So if you're supposed to be an organized individual, the more organized you are, the easier and the faster the edit is going to get out.
Having worked on like these like bigger, crazy budget films, it's the workflow. It's definitely a lot, but there's more people around the office. So there was like probably like 6 AEs on the last film I was working on, you know, and we pretty much like we divvy out all the tasks between each other because there's so much to do on these. There's not just doing your dailies. There's dealing with visual effects shots, and sometimes some of these movies we have like 3,000 visual effects shots.
Being the editor organization is like the main skill that you should have, and I assumed that in the industry, you know, everybody was organized and they're not. So being mindful that you're on a team and being mindful that all the different departments, we're a big puzzle. So like, you know, we're all, you know, we kind of need each other.
It doesn't necessarily mean like basic coverage. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like, not basic in a bad way. I just mean it doesn't have to be like the standard wide close up, whatever. But if you're going to do a oneer, get the lines. Like sometimes people they're thinking they're getting every piece. And I don't even mind if someone wants to do like, for instance, you're only going to take this shot up until the halfway point of the scene, and then you're going to cover the rest of the half of the scene with whatever else. That's fine as long as it's covered. But sometimes when people are doing these kind of piecemeal ways of shooting, they don't realize they missed a chunk. And that's happened multiple times. Even on like big budget shows, I've seen it where it's like, they never got that fucking, sorry, excuse me. They never got that line. Sorry.